really quick way, just share my testimony with you because I remember we came in last night. You came in last night, and the church that was hosting this last night, we did a concert. As they were driving into the inner city of Modesto, you know, they started making those disclaimers like, "This is a bad neighborhood. We're sorry. We're taking you to the hood." And most people would never know my background. I was born in Chicago, Illinois, to a very broken and dysfunctional home, single parent. My mom was on welfare for most of her life. My dad, I don't even remember my dad being home, period. My mom was born in Puerto Rico and didn't hardly know any English. Uneducated woman with 2 kids, about to lose her mind many days, I'm sure. But she was very loving, and she was a woman of prayer, even though we weren't raised in a church environment. But she had a faith. She had that mustard seed faith that we all have. Because I think we gotta realize that a lot of people believe in God, and just because they're not in church. Amen. I'm telling you, people believe. They're just disillusioned, and so that's a whole other topic. But so I wasn't brought up in church, but I was always brought up believing that there was a God. And so as I got older, I rebelled like crazy. I mean, in a city of Chicago at that time, running the streets, gangbanging, 12, 13 years old. It got so bad that my mom had to move us out of Chicago and take us to Texas because I was just completely out of control. So she moved us to this little small town in Texas to try to reform me. But you can never take the ghetto. The ghetto will follow you. So I got to that little town and I just terrorized that little town. Nothing changed. And just as I got older and I dropped out of school, I got in trouble. I got thrown in jail. I had to, take my GED. And early age, I got involved into slinging dope and stuff like that. So from 14 to 18 years old, I just lived on the streets, selling dope in the clubs and parties, and just began to just go lower and deeper and darker. And the further I went, the more hopeless I felt. Like, I'm gonna be like this for the rest of my life. Even my family said, "Son, we love you, but you're a mess." I mean, it's bad when your own family says, "We love you," because there's nothing closer than family. But even when your family says, "We love you," but there's nothing that we can do for you except pray. How many of you heard those words? All we can do is pray. That's a hope low. So we just pray for you. We can't let you stay at our house because we don't trust you, but we love you. And so I got to that point where my family completely abandoned me. And I had some really bad drug deals go bad in Texas that I literally had to flee, like, for my life. I had to leave a state because it got so bad. So I went back to Illinois where I was born, and I basically had to reach out to my father, who didn't raise me, and said, "Hey, I just need a new beginning." So reluctantly, because he knew my past, he took me in. It was at a church. We started going to a little church there in that area, and then God just miraculously hooked me up with this Christian man who owned a recording studio, and I was always involved in music before I was a Christian. And God used this man to love me, to father me in a way, because I didn't have a father, to just kind of remind me that God still loves me. And he didn't put all the little churchy religious garbage that we put on people, like, "Oh, you got to do this, and this before you're worthy to lift your hands and worship." He said, "You got to just get a revelation of who you are."